This playthrough is rated M for mature. Josephine sang, "Tear down this wall." Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong. In the last episode, we had a talk with Raymond about the whole situation in the walled city, what he'd been doing, what his mother was doing, and apparently he made like some fortune device based on the idea of feng shui to bring peace and prosperity to the walled city. However, a catch occurred, and now it's bringing in bad key, luck, and all that. It's bringing in the Yama King into the world, and we've got to stop it. Otherwise, well, I don't know if the world would be destroyed, but definitely mess up this area. And I guess since we're involved and we can't leave because of the hurricane situation, we're going to have to stop it. Otherwise, who knows? But anyway, in between episodes, I use the rest of my karma. If you want to make if you want to skip some fights in the walled city to reduce on your use on items, give yourself a quickness of 6 and a body of 7. If not, obviously you can do it. And there are some stores in the walled city, but it's very limited to what you've actually got here, so keep that in mind. But you can buy like med kits and stuff like that. So, but I would probably spend a lot of it anyway. I sold a lot of the excess stuff I was doing. Decided to get rid of the gun. I decided never to do that. I thought I was going to at some point, maybe use a combination thing. Nah, I'm just gonna do it with spells. Sold off all my weaker, at least most of my weak kits and trauma kits, and just decided to buy some platinum ones. I decided to sell the hermetic fetish that gives you a +1 to willpower. The main reason for that is it's a problem with the leveling up system in this game, is that because of the way the level up system works, I can't, like if I have a willpower of 11, which is my max as a dwarf, if I get that via an item, I can't upgrade my spell power to fill in that and get them both at 11, because of the way the system works, that you actually have to put a physical point into it to do that. So I got rid of the +1 willpower so I could actually get my spell casting up to 10, and then just wear that one fetish that gives me a 1 in both. And then I also upgraded my quickness to 6. I think I was at 3 originally, and that'll help with if I get physically, or if I get shot at or something like that. That'll help. Obviously, I don't have the dodge for physical attacks, but as a mage character, I shouldn't be walking up next to guys anyway. And I got my body up to 7. And I mean, 1, it helps you with getting out of a fight, but 2, I mean, you just want your main character to be a bit beefier at that point. And I also gave myself the best armor you could get at an 8, and upgrade my spells. In this playthrough, I'm going more attacky with my spells, but if you're playing maybe higher difficulties, maybe consider swapping it out with more utilitarian spells that can crowd control. But in this case, I'm just going all attacky on that. So, all right, after talking to Raymond, we can now talk to this triad guard and head ourselves into the walled city. 5 people, all reeking of triad, huddled together next to your crew, muttering amongst themselves, pointing at the towering slum. One of them notices you and pats another on the chest with the back of his hand. It's the man who's been guarding the walled city entrance since you arrived at Hawaii. He acknowledges you, a look of doomed determination on his face. "Miss Cheng sends her regards. She told us to keep an eye out for you." What for? "Miss Cheng wants to know what the hell is going on inside the walled city." Yeah, have you noticed we haven't actually gotten a chance to talk to her at this point? "She sent us to find out to report back to her." The triad soldier's hands shake. He sees you notice them and pulls them behind his back. "She said that if we saw you heading in there, we should go with you. We'd have a better chance of staying alive." Why go in there at all? Because Auntie told you to? "Because there's a shot at distinguishing ourselves. Show Auntie that we have what it takes to rise in the organization." The soldier looks sidelong at his friends. "It may be our best chance to provide for our families." The group of triads nod to each other in forlorn unity as they take in the panic around them. The storm, the flood of people, the towering tenement, and something else. A wave of something emanating from within. "Do you feel that?" Gobbet holds her stomach. Madness and folly squeaks their disapproval. "It's like the walled city's bad breath or something." She groans. "It's disgusting." "I feel, I don't know, unclean. Just looking at the place. Life has no value or something. Like there's just no point to anything." "That's the toxic key. And it's exactly the point. We need to get rid of it. Fix it at the source. If I can." Raymond stares at the walled city, taking it in for the first time. The breath hitches in his chest, but the old man grits his teeth in grim determination. "The fortune engine is located at the heart of the walled city. That's where I need to go." I'll drop a marker in the center of the walled city on everyone's PDA. Wiggles, we should be able to weave our way through it to the machine. Raymond, what's the best route to take? The old man shakes his head painfully. The gauze bandage covering his new data jack catches a flash of lightning. 20 years since I stepped foot inside. Wasn't nearly this size then. No idea how to get there now. Only where we need to go. Well, what good are you? And then we just shoot him in the head. We can take advantage of the chaos. It may cover our approach in case someone is trying to stop us. We should split up. Keep Raymond back and out of harm's way. Looks good. Look around, Gansho. The whole place is in harm's way. It'll be safer if we split up. Wiggles, lead some of us to clear the way to the machine. Auntie's men can follow the rest of us, escorting Raymond once the way is secure. Wouldn't Raymond be safer in one larger group? Higher chance of success this way if we go in one group and one chance at success. But if the first team is killed, lost, the second can still find another route, still have a chance. Both teams use your comms to stay in touch. We have no idea what we're going to face in there. I'll be right behind you, Michael. Take care of yourself. I hope you know what you're doing, Ray. What'd you do, Ray? What? I just saw the first thing that popped into my head. I do, Mr. Boulder Shoulder. It's time for me to finally take action. No more cowardice. He exhales softly and stares at the walled city, unflinching. This is the end of prosperity. Alright, that's it. So with that dialogue, we now head into the city, so make one more save if you need to, and then enter inside and choose your final party members for this case, because we can't swap out the team by the end of it, so they'll get their time to shine. But realistically, if you're probably following the story, I'd probably just go with Duncan, Gobbet, and Isabel. They're pretty solid. There's really no major decking situations for Isabel to take up. There's like one you could deck, but it's not like a major issue. You don't have to have her with you, so you could keep her out. So for this playthrough, I'm gonna take Duncan. Oh, by the way, for whatever reason, the game at this point finally decides to not let you hire anyone to help you for this final part. Maybe it's because you might spend all your money before going here or something like that. But yeah, you can't hire any other Shadowrunners. It has to be party members. So that's why you're required to at least have Gobbet, Duncan, and Isabel by this point. Well, obviously you have to because they're story based, but that's why you can't get rid of them or whatever, because you need at least the minimum party members to survive this. I mean, I guess you could go in with no one, but that'd be kind of bad. But anyway, I'm going to go with Duncan, Raktor, and Gaichu. Now, Gaichu is a very weird, specific one because this is achievement-based. I'm not doing it because I would generally take him with them. I'd probably take Duncan, Raktor, and Gobbet. Those are a pretty solid team because of her haste. But Gaichu, I need to do it for a very specific achievement, so I'm taking him with me because of the way I've been playing the game. If I hadn't been, I probably wouldn't take him with him. Not that he's not a bad character, it's just Gobbet would be a bit more useful with her haste ability and her ability to like knock someone out of cover with her gun. But Gaichu can do that too, sort of. But yeah, Duncan, Raktor, and Gaichu are my final party members for the game. At least for going through the walled city until we get to some story stuff inside of it. So yeah, this is it. This is the final mission of the game, so hopefully you've spent at least a good deal of the money. Like I said, there's some shops in the thing, but the typhoon pours down as the Triad soldiers fan out in front of you, leading the way into Kowloon Walled City. Raymond shuffles along, alert and intent. Although exhausted by all that has gone on, he drives himself forward and will not accept help from anyone. Wu watches the window and rooftops, his rifle never leaving his shoulder. He occasionally risks a glance at his foster father. Concern, frustration, and anger playing over his face like a slideshow. The walled city is worse than in your first visit. Even with the rain, you can feel something in the air. It's thicker now, and it clings to your skin like invisible filth. The miserable noises of slum life are gone, replaced by something worse. The sounds of death, the sounds of fear. As you round a corner, the group stops before heading in deeper. Alright, time to put the last little bit of stuff in my group. Probably could have given Duncan another weapon, but his Colt M3 is a pretty solid gun, you know, as is. So, yeah, let's go give him a dock wagon just in case something happens. Let's see, you've got the explosive grenade and that. So, I could give you a phosphorus grenade. Let me give you another AP grenade. Um, okay, and then Raptor, you can't swap out his main weapons, but you can give him some more drone repair kits or whatever. So yeah, let's give him another drone repair kit just for Koshei, just in case. A heal and a dock wagon. And then Gaichu. Oh, whoops. Gaichu, there's no reason to give him any other weapons other than this samurai sword. You could, but we'll give him a gold one, even though he has that, and we'll give him a couple of heals as well, just because he can get smacked a few times. So because he's a melee character. So all right, that's it. In we go. It enters Walled City. What you've seen in your dreams feels tame by comparison. The atmosphere is humid with the oppressive weight of despair. You can feel it bearing down on your shoulders, whispering for you to give up, lie down, and await your miserable fate. Your skin feels oily and unclean. We're finally here. Finally past the trash heap that encrusts this place. He reaches out and touches a Duraplast wall. The paint is long since chipped away, but what remains is enough to tell you that you're looking at the original exterior of Kowloon Walled City. It looks much sturdier than the ramshackle construction that has grown up around it. This is what Mother and I built. What was supposed to help people. All that we wanted was to help. Very poetic. Now let's move. I'm done with the talking. I don't want to spend a second longer in this place than I have to. The Yellow Lotus 49er scanned the horizon, his head on a swivel. He's full of the phonetic energy that can only come from pure terror and combat stems. Raymond doesn't move. He stands there, staring at a painted section of wall to his left. Tracing his gaze, you can see what he's looking at. It's faint, but it's there. A faded stamp with the Sang Mechanical Services logo. Even this is a nightmare now. Decrepit and rotten, falling apart. He squeezes his eyes shut. It was supposed to be a good place, a safe place. Yeah, well, it isn't, and we all know whose fault that is, don't we? Her eyes flash daggers at your adoptive father. She wears her hate like a mask. I'm sorry, who was the one who left her family to die in this town? Oh, wait, it was you. Yeah, we keep forgetting that she did that, so she's, you know, she has her own problems, dude. Don't. She's like calling the kettle black, you know. He looks down on her, expressionless. Yes, and this is why I have to fix it. Isn't she also the same lady who's like telling you like she doesn't care about people but the money and all this other stuff? Like she's a hypocrite, like a major hypocrite. Like she's the worst one out of the group. You know, she's so sanctimonious yet she's just as bad as everyone else. Michael, you need to clear me a path to the sarcophagus that surrounds the fortune engine. It will be at the center of all this. Please help me fix this. I can't do it by myself. I'm only an elected official. I can't make decisions by myself. I'm not here to give you closure, old man. I have my own reasons for walking into hell. He lowers his eyes. Yes, of course you do. It's in your nature. You are who you are. I have to accept that. Clear path, killer. I'll go with Kindly Bee's team and look after Ray. We'll take him down side street and stick to the shadows until it's safe for us to regroup. Godspeed, Gobbet. She nods at you. I'd wish you luck, but that seems like an empty gesture considering the whole bad luck machine thing. But hey, you know, break a leg. Get him here. Get him there safe. We need him. He glances back at you. Come on, Wiggles, let's go. I think Duncan takes priority if you don't take him with you when it comes to Wiggles. Or Wiggles, if you don't take him. So anyway, let's head on through this place. And yeah, it's the exact same map as before, so stop right there. What? Let's see. Yellow Lotus Soldier. Oh, good. Alright. A group of Yellow Lotus 49ers is holding this entrance. Their leader, a dumpy female elf with chipped teeth and a bouffant hairdo, stumbles toward you. You drop your guns and get down on the floor! She shakes her head from side to side as if trying to clear it. A pair of bloodshot eyes roll in their sockets without reason or purpose. Drop everything and we'll gut you like pigs! Stand down with Kindly Chang. Chang? She gestures wildly with her rifle. A thin stream of blood traces its way from her left nostril down to her mouth. Our time is done. We have a new queen now. Screaming unintelligibly, she launches herself at you. Her cohorts follow behind, swinging their weapons wildly and howling for blood. Yeah, they are working for the Yama King or whatever. because of the dreams and everything like that. So, okay, so what do we got here? We got ourselves a standard yellow soldier, a mage, a soldier, and a sniper. So obviously, wizard dies first. So let us, let's see. He's pretty close by. I could probably do the chain lightning ability. That's the one that allows you to hit multiple targets as long as we're in a certain beat of each other. So, all right, and it's a good ability because it doesn't do a ton of damage, but it does do 1 AP of damage per hit. Too bad it has such a long cooldown, but that's fine. All right, probably should get into cover at this point. Don't want to get hit. So. All right, Raptor. Let's see. You're not in cover, so let's go ahead and move you. Let's move you over here. Then activate Crochet. And then let's have him, Raptor, activate Overclock. Let's have you... Might have to put them together just in case. Because I want you to be in cover. Yeah, let's move you here. And then slash you with the sword. See what style I want to do. Try to do AP damage and knock him out, maybe. Yeah, let's try water stance. Or metal stance, I mean. So that keeps him out for a turn. Let's see. What's my chance to hit on him? Only 58, huh? Well, let's hold off on that for a second. Let's see. Can you see him from there? Let me move just to see. No, for some reason you won't be able to see him here. So, okay. Should have hit 65. Yeah, let's try a beanbag. Dang it. Alright, fine. Ah, man. Alright. Might just tag that guy since ow. Okay, let's see. Of course I can't hit anyone here. Let's try hitting. Oh, man, I hate when I poorly move my characters. Let's see. Go and subdue him. Unfortunately, that did put me out in the open, but we'll get you, or not. What is sure to hit? 70%. Ooh, I hate it. I hate it. Hate missing so badly. Crochet. You go down, so nice. Try hitting it again. There we go. unfortunately not going to really get much from Ractor just because of I guess I can move up there, sure. Nope. What happened to the arm? Where are you going? That lady was like trying to run away for some reason. Yeah, trying to get them all out in the open so I can blast them with like a full auto or something like that. Finish you off. Bam. Let's just have Crochet hit this guy when he's open. Woo! Woo! Got some Ric Flair going on there. Alright, probably could have finished him off faster, but like I said, I'm always bad about my placing. Yeah, not a hard fight, it's just there to like maybe use up a few resources, but nothing we can't handle. What's this over here? Alright, we got a turret system center, which means we have more dudes around here. So now if you have drone control 7, you can take care of the turrets yourself. If you have decking 6, you can disable the turrets, which if you have Isabel, you can do that. But we have Ractor. So, Dr. Ractor, any thoughts on this setup? It's rudimentary, poorly secured. His voice takes on a scolding tone. I don't know why they don't have his box here for this, but shoddy work all around. To be fair, this shouldn't come as a surprise, given how quickly Sang's people must have thrown this up. Now, if they were really smart, they would have internally... What I meant was, can you do something to make it so this turret doesn't shoot us in the face? Yes, of course. Rewiring us to unleash hell on the Sing security forces would be a trivial matter. It wouldn't take me 5 minutes. He raises an eyebrow with a smile. Would you like me to do that? Do it. A few moments later, Ractor has the turret rewired. If any Sing security personnel show their face, it will fire on them instead of you. Alright. Which we have to go through this section anyway to get to the next spot, so yeah, that'll help us in an upcoming area. So one reason to maybe bring Ractor or Isabel if you wanted just to turn it off, because it would be used against us if we didn't. So alright, Cantonese, give it now or you die. Oh, this guy's in danger. Alright. A lithe orc with a prominent jaw stands here, growling. Her neck tattoos mark her as a red pole in the yellow lotus, and the patches on her vest call her out as a resident of the Lotus Den. 5 will get you 10 that we're looking at. Bow's replacement. A smaller, lankier man cowers before her, his hand clasped in supplication. A group of yellow Lotus 49ers stand clustered around them, smirking, their weapons drawn. The Triad Ganger leans forward, puffing on her chest and flexing, her muscles bulge. You hear me, dog? You want to live? You give me the shit. Otherwise, I'm going to rip off your fingers and shove them down your throat. Ain't no Duke Nukem, but, yeah, close. His eyes dart back from Ganger to Ganger, recording, coming back to the rest of the Red Pool. Please, Song, I can't give you what you're looking for. There are plenty of people in the walled city who have a lot more to steal than I. She begins to stalk forward. With each step, she counts down. 5, 4, 3... He raises his hand, bows his head. Look, I don't want any trouble. I got no quarrel with you, and I don't have any. She takes another step, 2. Alright, and then you can, obviously help the man or leave him alone or whatever. So, and you can just straight up attack him if you want to. So, leave the man alone. Song sneers at you, her lips curling into an arrogant smile. You know what's good for you? You'll turn and run. Your call. Now, if you have the Body 7 ability, you can say, go ahead, little man. Take a swing. See what happens. She stares at you for a long moment, and the sneer falls off her face. Her voice falters. Hey, I'm not picking a fight with you. I'm picking a fight with him. She thrusts a finger at the street shaman. It's none of your business, all right? If you're itching for a fight, you fight me. Otherwise, back down. Her lip curls, parting in the center. Yeah, we're backing down for now, but you watch your back, man. All right. Yeah, we'd never encounter again after this, so. Never encounter again. The shaman nods his head in gratitude. Thank you for your help. But what are you doing in the walled city at a time like this? He looks you up and down, and his hands unconsciously rises to stroke his beard as his thought churned. Yeah, it's a family thing. He's supposed to say something, but I don't know why there's nothing there. It could be a glitch or something like that, so. Do you know anything about what's happening in the city? Not much, just that things are bleak and I'm doing my best to stay out of it. But there are sang officers, triads, and residents everywhere. It's like swimming through people's soup. But I don't know why, but I just know that something big must be going down to warrant all this madness. See anything strange? His brow furrows as he considers the question. Now that you mention it, I noticed the locals acting sort of off. Some are wandering around in a daze, others are having tantrums, and a few of them were even wailing on officers like crazy animals. I thought they might just be pissed about their homes being invaded, but there's something in their eyes. He clears his throat, breaking his statement. No, it's probably nothing. City's under fire. People are probably just confused and lashing out. Still, be careful around the civilians. They're strung pretty tight right now. Enough about me. What's your name? I'm sorry, but now isn't the time for us to be sharing personal details. So if you have basically this allows you to get some more info out of them. But if you have a bribe, you can give them money. At this point of the game, you probably don't need to worry about money. But hey, if you have corporate etiquette, you can say something. If you have a strength of 7, you can say something. Or if you have a charisma 5, you can say, "Don't worry, I'm not asking you for your bank codes or anything. I just like to know who I helped. My name's Wiggles." He looks uneasy and shifts his weight from one foot to the other. After a moment, he cracks a smile and sighs. I suppose you're right. I appreciate what you did for me. I'm Demolanta. It's nice to meet you. I don't mean to come off as rude. It's just... He chooses his words carefully. I've been to the walled city for some time. Everything here is so under the radar, and I needed to disappear. Not long ago, I discovered a bounty on my head. Don't ask why. I couldn't tell you. Don't know, but I've already run into one too many runners who jumped at the chance to try and turn me in. You understand my caution? I'm in a pinch, he shakes his head. No, more like a vice. I've made it my mission to bring down the core, but with this bounty on my head, it's getting harder and harder to dodge the people who want to cash me in. That's why I'm here in this shithole of a city. The corporations have to pay for what they've done. He searches your face, his eyes pleading. Please don't turn me in. Now, there's a couple of options for it. So, obviously, if you choose this top one where you say, I'm going to take in the bounty, really nothing really comes of that. It's better to be either the second or third one. If you choose the third one to be a dick, you actually get something free, a fetish of it. But since I don't have Gobbet with me, and since I won't be using it, I won't be able to take advantage of it. I guess I could sell it at another place, but it's not that much money. So I'm just going to say, as far as I'm concerned, we never met. You can see his whale body relaxes as relief floods through him. He musters a tired smile. Thanks, stranger. Looks like you're packing quite a few items there. I'm looking to buy. Can I see what you got? Go ahead. At this point, they're all mostly liabilities. You could help me by lightening the load. Survey his wares. And yeah, he sells a dock wagon, trauma kit, med kit. So if you, for some reason, forgot to buy stuff, you can't get the platinum stuff or advanced med kit 3s, but you can still buy something, especially if you took some damage earlier, but I don't need it. I am good, at least on this difficulty. If you're playing a harder mode, maybe, but... Alright. Let's, You push your way. I'm waiting for my characters to move, so that way I don't start the fight. Like, if you go through the dialogue fast enough, you'll start the battle wherever you're standing. So sometimes if you click it fast enough, you might accidentally start it, like, way back far away. So you push your way forward through the piles of filth and through the narrow gaps between the buildings, ducking under exposed sewage pipes and battered ductwork. Suddenly you're through it and out the other side. A slender woman stands a few meters in front of you. An extravagant coat hangs over her delicate frame, the hood pulled low over her face. She's facing you, but you can't make out her features. Behind her, another woman approaches at a trot. She's wearing ballistic armor, and she has her weapons drawn. The insignia that's been emblazoned onto her shoulder pad is familiar to you. Sang. Hey, you there! She shouts at the hooded figure, her voice full of self-important pomp. You heard us. Clear the area and do it now. The inner blocks are off limits to non-staying personnel. The hooded figure turns to face the approaching guard. Now I'm trying to remember the voice I gave her. My apologies. I got a bit lost. I'm not really familiar with this area. Her tone is silky smooth and perfectly even, almost hypnotic. That's okay, but... She blinks, shakes her head to clear it. Her jaw clenches and you watch her eyes refocus. She shoulders her weapon. Don't you try that on me. You make one more sound and I'm gonna... With a motion that's too quick to follow, the hooded figure lashes out, grabbing the same guard around the waist. She bats the startling woman's weapon away with her other hand, lunges forward, and sinks her teeth into her neck. A spray of arterial blood fills the air, and the guard goes limp. Huh. Yep, it's the vampire chick. Obviously, if you killed her or whatever, she wouldn't be here. So, the hooded figure lets the staying security officer's body crumple to the floor. She sweeps back her hood and dabs at her lips with her handkerchief. Ku Feng, pleasure to meet you. See you again. The pleasure's all mine. You're right on time, by the way. She turns the square of embroidered fabric in her hand and continues to blot the blood off her lips. Apologies for the mess. It's like eating soup dumplings. The liquid winds up getting everywhere, no matter how careful you try to be. I did not expect to hear your voice again, Queen of Repulse Bay. Not since we concluded our lessons. What are you doing here? And the thing is, it's based on... Because the lessons obviously happen off screen, but you could have easily done this mission way earlier, so it's just assumed some time passes before. It's not like it happened the other day, you know what I mean? Why, I'm here to help you, of course, and to bask in the misery of the walled city. She shrugs, half smiling. It's quite intoxicating, you know, the poisonous energy of this place, and of the being at the center of it all. I'm surprised that you can't feel it yourself. Good, glad to see you, and good to see you as well, Ku Feng. You seem to be doing well. She glances down at the body, gives it a nudge with the toe of her boot. I get by. In any event, let's get down to business. I have a question for you. The thing that has arrived here, this Yama King, to use the local parlance, what are your intentions for it? What do you want me to do? She smiles sweetly. What I want is an honest answer. If I wanted to hear my own thoughts fed back to me, I'd ask one of my thralls. Goodness knows I have enough of them back at Repulse Bay. So let's try this again. What do you intend to do with the Yama King, or Queen, I suppose, at the machine that brought it here? That depends on it. I'm willing to talk to the thing if that's what you're asking. It wasn't. I was wondering whether you plan to kill the thing. If it's possible to kill Quan, yeah, I'm going to do it. Very good. If that's the case, I will help you. The energies that your Yama King secretes are quite delicious. I can only imagine what will become more. That will become more so at the moment of her death. That's how it looks with blood. Why else would this be any different? Yeah, I'd be honored to have you fight by my side. She clasped her hands together, smiling. Looks good. This is going to be fun. So with that, we now get the achievement Monster Squad, but you have to have Gaichu with you as well, and get her to, and obviously not kill Ku Feng, or just not tell her to back off or run away or whatever. So yeah, now she'll help us for at least a little while, not for the main part of it, but for up to a certain area, which is nice. So, all right, let's go inside. Yeah, see, if you do the whole Gaichu thing, you don't actually have to fight anyone with the turret situation. So there's no, so if you do what I did, you can another way to bypass the fight. So your comlink buzzes. It's Raymond, still alive. Michael, what's your status? Your mother set up a cordon around the inner walled city. We just got through. Cordon? Oh my! How did you get through? We had to take. Well, we took most of them down, so... Yeah, we had to take them down. He lets out a sigh. Too much loss of life. Because of me. They had it coming. No, Michael. Saying security are little more than wage slaves with guns. Unlikely they understand what is really going on. Save with the locals, some have become crazed from the Yama King's visions. You need to be careful. The nearer you draw to the fortune engine, the worse the astral disruptions will become. And make sure that when you reach... The call cuts out. No, no, no! Wu looks around with a grimace. Did that sound important to you? Because that sounded absolutely fucking necessary to me. Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Duncan runs a hand through his hair in frustration, but relents. At this point, the only thing we can do is move forward. So let's get to it, Wiggles. The walled city's mid-range stands tall before you. It looks even worse than what you just trekked through. A jumbled nightmare of crumbling buildings and exposed wires. A terrible sense of deja vu washes over you. You put one foot in front of the other and press further inside. But what awaits us inside this place? With Ku Feng with our call, this should make it a lot easier. But I feel like we're going to deal with some more major situations, like sane security and other things. What else will we find in here? Lions, tigers, and bears? Oh my! Or perhaps something from the lower depths that we've heard in your fairy tales. We'll find out what happens next time in the next episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time.